All right, Coach, if you want to make a quick opening statement, we'll open it up to questions afterwards.
Great, great first day. I mean, have great meetings, special teams meetings, offensive, defensive unit meetings. The guys came out, and once we got it all figured out, configuring the one field, and they absolutely, they knew where they were going. The energy level went high, picked up, was a really good, fast, efficient Tuesday bowl practice for us. I thought the guys, they did exactly what we wanted them to do. We didn't want to keep them out there long. We wanted to be under an hour and 25 minutes. They responded very well. We got through the periods. We didn't have a whole lot of repeats in what we were doing, so that allowed us to move through all of our special teams and everything like that. Loved the energy, loved the excitement. There was a little bit of competition there as well with the DBs and wide receivers, which that's always good for the energy level of a practice, especially a bowl practice. So very excited about day one. Looking forward to our meetings this afternoon and continuing on.
Questions for Coach Scott?
Was it like a specific one-on-one period with the DBs and the wide receivers, you mean, or?
No, it was just just in a kind of a third down deal where we just put it together and do a little bit of good on good, and it got really competitive.
How much was it of a challenge was it? I mean, it looked like you had tons of injured guys. You had a bunch of walk-ons there. You're traveling with a large group, and you're coming to a new place, new field, all that. What kind of challenge was that this morning to get it sorted out?
Well, I think we did a great job of outlining what we wanted to have done before we got there, actually, not just kind of figuring it out. And then once the guys kind of figured out what we wanted to have, the guys that weren't practicing, the areas we wanted to have them in, and what we wanted to have them doing, it just kind of bounced around the right way. We got it organized, and then once we got it organized and guys knew what they were doing while they were there, and that was the big thing, just letting them know what the expectation and the standard was for those guys there in practice as well. So, and they did a good job. Everybody did a good job.
For guys like sorry, Chris, just related to that, guys like Sonny and Rath, Kirby and Gus Edwards, the guys who are injured but are here, what are they expected to do?
They're expected just to support their teammates. Be as supportive as they can. They're in the meetings, so they're locked into the plan and what we're doing and how we're going to play this game. So just them being there as another set of eyes, another set of ears to listen and then kind of communicate with the guys that are playing and be a support system, be great teammates is what they're here for.
Larry, you touched on the energy, especially with the DBs. Considering what you guys are going to face on Saturday, how encouraging was it to see that from them? And as you guys have started getting more into what Wazoo does, their energy level, their focus when they know what they're going to face.
I think they understand the challenge, and and they're up for it, and they know that they have an opportunity to work against some really, really good receivers on the other side, and understand that anytime we get to those periods where there's going to be some good on good, that they're going to get a real live picture of what game day is going to be like, and so that of course gets the energy level up for everybody, and all of our guys are really competitive. So our receivers understand that too, because they're getting themselves prepared to play really well on Saturday, and they understand that the better they are and the harder they push and the more they make our DBs work, it's going to benefit them as well. So it's kind of a team thing as well.
Larry, you had to make a tough call. Obviously, it's never easy to have to send a player home from a bowl game. The situation there, and how do you move forward? What are the plans? Who's going to maybe fill Jamal Carter's spot? Who's going to see some more time?
Well, it's just next man up mentality. I think the guys understand, when somebody goes down, whether it could have been an injury, it could have been anything. A guy could have gotten sick the last minute. Somebody's going to have to step into those roles. And it doesn't just involve the defensive backs, and that's what we explained to the team. It involves guys on offense, guys on special teams, everybody stepping their game up and raising their level just a little bit more. It's a team thing. It's just not going to hurt one position or one side of the ball. It's a team deal, and everybody's going to have to step up and dial in a little bit more, prepare a little bit harder, and make sure that they elevate their level of play when we get to the game.
In regards to that suspension, was that an incident that happened here, or was it back at school? Was it academic purposes or for violation of team rules?
It's just violation of team rules, and we're not going to comment on anything specifically as it comes to that. It's just a violation of team rules, and we made a decision, and that's we're going to choose to do right, choose to do wrong. That's it.
Larry, how disappointing is that?
Obviously, it's always disappointing to have to send someone home or to suspend someone from a game. It's disappointing, and however, there's always lessons and life lessons to be learned, and there are standards and there are rules, and we're going to do what's right.
Is he still on the team?
He's still on the team. Yeah, he's still on the team. It's just he's going to go home.
Coach, I guess maybe just talk about the defense this year. What were you most happy with in terms of improvement?
I think they just stay together. That's the biggest thing. They stay together. They understand again, we're facing another situation where we're down some linebackers earlier in the year, and guys had to step up their roles, and now here we are. A game like we're playing, and we need all of our defensive backs. We're down to DB, and so everybody's going to have to step their game up again. I think they accept that challenge. That challenge was presented to them right away this morning, and they came out and they had great energy, and they understand that it's going to take all of them together to pull this thing out. And so just the way that they kind of just stayed together, kept competing, kept playing, and really just unified.
Coach, Washington State, the way they play on offense, do they remind you in any way of anybody you guys have played this year?
No, it's kind of different. I mean, you very rarely, there's a few teams in the country that play that way. The air raid offense where the ball's in the air 45, 50 times a game. There's not many in the country that do that. So this is a unique challenge for us. We come from a league where people still run the ball, or whether it's running the ball traditionally, handing it to the tailback or the quarterback running the ball. It's what we're most used to seeing in this type of a spread system. But the difference is with these guys that the ball's going to be thrown around a little bit more.
Larry, did Tyree Brady travel with the team?
No, Tyree.
Is he suspended?
Tyree is suspended, yes.
Thank you.
Anything else for Coach Scott?
I guess, Coach, maybe just offensively, just in general, just talk about that side of the ball and maybe what you guys have been happy with, or especially maybe the last 5-6 years.
Just our balance, the way things have come together for us in the running game and the pass game. We put a big emphasis here at Miami on running the football, and it's something that we had to, make sure we started to do better. And towards the end of the year, we did. And when you have an opportunity to still get a running back to 1,000 yards, and you have 3 receivers that are pretty close to 700 yards receiving, and a quarterback that's thrown for 3,000 yards, you see some big time improvement. You see an offense that is well balanced, and that's what we want to be. Is balanced in each and every time we go out to play, and every opportunity we have, we want to come out with great balance. And I think that's what we've done here better the last number of weeks. Taking care of the football is another thing. We haven't turned the ball over a lot, and we want to continue that trend as we go, and just make sure that we're doing that. If we take care of the ball and make every possession count and stay balanced, we'll give ourselves a chance, and that's where I think we've done a really good job of here lately.
I know, I always ask the weather questions, but the weather report was going to be beautiful all week. And now it's changed suddenly to like low 40s and rain, 80% chance of rain. I think it rained last year too, and last time they came here it snowed. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to turn to snow at night, which won't affect you, but I guess you're prepared for all that now with gear and...
Change, Susan, has been a word that's been very widely used in our program this year. Okay, so things changing is all part of it, and I think our kids know what part of the country we're in, and they anticipate, and I think they'll handle change pretty well. I think they'll handle it really good. I mean, you've been some of our games now. Some of our games have been monsoons as well this year, so.
Lightning delays.
Yeah.
But not 40 degrees.
Yeah. Enough.
Larry, we've talked a lot about Joe and what he's been able to do on the field, but just what you've seen from that young man. I know that he took that time off during, the off season, came back, and there was so much praise for, kind of how he approached the game. What have you seen from him in terms of that front?
I mean, what we've seen from Joe is the same thing that happens in every young man's life at some point. The light bulb comes on, you grow up, you mature. And that happens for different kids at different rates, at different speeds. And I just think sometimes when you have a chance to take a step back from it and kind of really him reflect on himself and what he needed to do to grow up and mature and do all those things he did. And it's made him a different person. And when you become a different person, you're going to become a better player. A better person, you're going to become a better player. So and that's what Joe's done. He's just really, the light bulbs come on, he's just kind of grown up and matured as a young man.
He's so low-key about it, but what do you think it would mean for him to hit 1,000 yards if he's able to do that Saturday?
I think it'll mean the world not only to him but to our offensive line, to our offense in general. It will mean a lot to our team. I think it will, with everything. Our run game and all that stuff has kind of been like a microcosm of what we've gone through all year. Just keep fighting and keep pushing, and in the end, we're going to find ourselves having some pretty good success in that area.
Larry, sorry to bring up all this stuff, is the thing about Tyrese, he's still on the team also?
Yes, I received.
And then there's also been some reports out about, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution reported about a running backs coach coming, and have you guys been informed of anything, of any news
No, that's-
behind the scenes about coaching changes or anything?
No, I like sitting on this table and getting news. No, I haven't heard anything in regards to that. We've just been, I mean, our morning has been jam-packed with just getting the 115 guys ready to go for practice, and again, outlining where we're gonna go on one field and having a lot of guys with us. And that's what our focus has been this morning, is just that and the team and getting ready to go.
All right, last question, guys. Anything else?
Thank you.
All right.
All right, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it.